Mr. Horschinegg. You come from a country that is reputed for a high-quality vocational education system, and we wonder, from your perspective, from a country that is considered one of the most developed in terms of quality assurance approach, what is the value added of EKKAVET?
Well, actually, our system is working well per design, and we are now pretty good, settled pretty good. But the question is how to stay that way. And if you're not trying to become better in a permanent sense, you will diminish, your quality will go down. So the only thing you can do is find ways to improve your structure, your performance, and even your design. And this is where you need some influence or some feedback or ideas, fresh ideas, maybe from outside, maybe from a bigger context, because in a system which is working well, there's the perception that, okay, we are good, and it's good as it is, and no need for change. Yeah? And for such a system, it's good to have a viewpoint from outside and be part of a bigger process which questions things. And this helps you. It helps in an organization, but also in the system perspective. So looking over the border or across the border is an important thing for development. And so I would say the interplay between the transnational European level and the national level is a very fruitful one in the case of EKKAVET, in these quality issues, or has been all the time. Influence coming from outside, but also ideas coming from our side, and being an exchange process. And this makes it worthwhile and interesting. Well, two main points. First, work on some misunderstandings in the concept. What I'm seeing is that in some respects, the issue of quality management, which is a tool, is a way to do things, is mixed with the content and the idea of aims. So you cannot transport a reform of a VAT system via implementing a quality management system, because this is a different logic. Using and implementing a quality management system is a management task, and the quality management system can help you to increase, to keep your performance, to increase the performance, to develop and to produce information for a policy process. But the design elements of your VAT system and the goals are set in the political process. And this is not steered by quality management, you see? And what I see in the development of the last years of EKKAVET is that more and more the agenda of reforming VAT systems of countries is infiltrated or pressed upon the quality management issue. And this will not work, because it's the wrong donkey to carry it. Yeah? Quality management is a very useful tool, and it's a prerequisite for many other things. It's a prerequisite for the EQF process. It's a prerequisite for the ECVET process. Yeah? It's a prerequisite for a successful economy. Mm-hmm. But it's not the way to change the design of your system. There you need a different process. And I would recommend to disentangle these two things, to have two processes, one going for the design of VAT system, and one consequently going for the quality management issues. And this brings me to the second point. I'm in this process now for 12 years. If you remember what Gordon Clark said, I have been in every step. I've seen all this story. And we have been struggling for instruments for real exchange and comparison in a good way. But this process of struggle is not at the end. We are not there at the moment, because we are focusing a bit on the wrong things. The indicators have been a historical development. At a certain point of time, the indicators were the right thing, but they are not the indicators for quality in VAT. They have been set up in a certain time span, under a certain set of political goals. Yeah? So, and they are very important in the process, but they should just serve an underlying function. They are not the important thing. The important thing would be to come up with a real good strategy where countries could talk about what they are doing, how they are doing it, and learn from each other, and do it on a platform and in a field or under circumstances which are friendly and learner friendly. Yeah? A learning environment, and we don't have it at the moment. We are reporting, yeah, in a questionable quality because of the mechanisms implemented. Yeah? And we are not really giving the things, we're not talking about the real thing. What makes your systems tick and why? And we have to go there, because otherwise we won't have a chance to learn. And that's still, maybe it will take another couple of years, because this is a complicated process. It's not easy. It needs trust, it needs a good structure, it needs ownership within the countries and by the countries for this process, and not ownership of a third party. So, well, this is the issue. I'm, let's say, a bit optimistic that in the long run we'll get there, but at the moment we are not there.